Hey guys, what's going on? Just wrapping up today. So ended up the day with 1.6% profit, which brings the account balance to a total of 5%. I was a bit aggressive with the stop loss because I wanted to incrementally grow the account. So I was more than happy to take the 5% as I understood that we could mess about and create a correction in this area. And because of that variable, I was more than happy to hit the target and then kind of just set it away and plan for the next trade. Overall, trade was phenomenal. As you can see, I took a few trades today actually, but more importantly, on this particular trade, what we had was very clear. We had the 1, 2, 3 in this section. Originally, I was trying to go short here after the two 15-minute candles. And then we pulled up a bit, and then as we came here, I understood that it's likely that we may be taking out this level of liquidity. So I was happy to get out and then wait for an insurance entry. As the New York session opened, we then saw that price then did reject at that area, came back down, and then was hovering here. And at that point there, I knew I was able to get involved here with protection above. So I was more than happy with that as a re-entry. And the nice thing about that was I was able to minimize my loss, and I took a 0.6% loss around about here, and then was able to capture around about 2.5%. Obviously, yes, we can see it's still running, don't really matter. At the end of the day, I got out with what I was looking for, so I was very happy with that trade. The other trade I was looking at was Euro Aussie. So as you can see, with Euro Aussie, I was kind of at the same time in two ways about this. So as you can see on the 4 hour, I was looking at it at this area here where I was thinking, okay, if it's going to hold here, we could have the potential for the long. But as we have the long, we might be able to catch the long. And then if it turns into a short, we can then re-enter. And that's basically what we had. At this point here, as we were approaching that 5K target, I was kind of more on the side of, it's completely fine. I don't mind getting out of it. It's still a great trade and has huge potential because as we can see, it's channeling down. It basically then completed the running channel and it looks like it's going to continue further. You can see a little bit closer up here. So we had this channeling into that section there where we had this as the middle section. I was playing this to see if this was going to be the middle section, then we would still be going here. And if this was going to be a first flag to then continue and it just ended up pushing for any aggressive reason, then I would be in this trade for a win. So as we can see, it came up and then it tagged me out here. Over here, if I just refine it a little bit closer, you'll be able to see it. So I came out of the position there, then I actually entered it with a bit of a small position. So then I had another position on it, which then gave it to me. But then I decided to just get out of the position around about here. I understood that this is very high probability and it is probably going to commit. But again, it's one of those things where I was just more than happy to leave it because the spreads as well were fairly large and I wasn't really too phased with that position. The Euro Yen one originally as well. So we always understood it could mess about in these areas and form something larger. As we can see, it's developing on the 4 hour. I think looking at it now, I'm kind of happy I did get out of it because there may potentially be a entry point for tomorrow around about these areas, or it could be Asian session. But again, it was something that I just wasn't really looking to stay in for too long. I was hoping that this would be the push up, we'd get continuation around about here and then we'd continue, but again we pulled back down, wasn't bothered with that. As we came up and we still failed to commit and then we started to reject here, I was just more than happy to get out of that position. And then there was one last position here on USD yen, which I was looking at. Again, it's the exact same trade thesis where we're looking to play it into that area. Overall, I did see this as a much nicer trade. So I was able to bank the profit that I made on the losses on Euro Aussie and the original losses that I made on Euro Yen as well, which was only 0.2. So again, as we can see the trade history here, this is it. So what we can see here is from the morning, we can see that there was one trade taken on the buy for Euro Yen, which I have the previous video posted, which eventually I closed it with minus 0.2. Then we had the sell on Euro Aussie. Again, that came in later in the day, so these times are not in order. There we go. Sell on Euro USD. Originally the sell failed and then ended up taking the buy on Euro Aussie, which again ended up taking a small loss. Then I took the re-entry sell on Euro Aussie, which was a 2.5% winner. And then I took the USD Yen trade, which was a 0.5% winner. and then the Euro Aussie one, decided to just get out. Of course, probably still would have run into some profit, but again, at the end of the day, I was able to reach that target that I was looking for, and slowly, gradually, just build that account up, as I mentioned just yesterday. So yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good day. I mean, wasn't anticipating to take that many few trades, but again, you know, sometimes if the trades are there and they've presented themselves, you know, and you understand all of the criteria set around it, there's no harm in taking the trade. Overall, very happy with the day, happy with the positions I took, account slowly growing, and yeah, just see how that develops. If you are looking at Euro USD, what I will be looking at really and truly now is I'll be waiting for something to form in these areas for it to continue. If we can get something in those areas, that would be great. If we don't and it continues following through, that's completely fine too. But I think the likelihood is we might see something correct around about here into London session, and then we drop off and then sell tomorrow, and we might be able to get a really clean trade there. So that's basically what I'm looking at, to then take a trade and manage it into those areas and then see how it reacts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.